Welcome to this time of prayer and meditation where we seek God's voice for our lives in the time of silence. I invite you to find a place to sit comfortably, to slow your breathing, and potentially to close your eyes as an aid to keep the distractions of the world from entering into this time. During this session, there will be a reading from our scriptures, followed by a time of silence. Maybe a word in the reading has spoken to you, and you can use that word to center your thoughts. If not, a word will be displayed on your screen for you. After the time of silence, there will be a prayer. So don't worry about the length of the silence, as the prayer will mark the end of that time. Following that prayer, there will be a second prayer that will include the petitions that have been submitted to prayers@holycrossburlington.ca. If there is someone that you wish to add to our prayer list, then please do email us at prayers@holycrossburlington.ca. Then Moses answered, "But suppose they do not believe me or listen to me, but say, 'The Lord did not appear to you.'" The Lord said to him, "What is that in your hand?" He said, "A staff." And he said, "Throw it on the ground." So he threw the staff on the ground, and it became a snake, and Moses drew back from it. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Reach out your hand and seize it by the tail." So he reached out his hand and grasped it, and it became a staff in his hand, so that they may believe that the Lord, the God of their ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has appeared to you. Again the Lord said to him, "Put your hand inside your cloak." He put his hand into his cloak, and when he took it out, his hand was leprous, as white as snow. Then God said, "Put your hand back into your cloak." So he put his hand back into his cloak, and when he took it out, it was restored like the rest of his body. If they will not believe you or heed the first sign, they may believe the second sign. If they do not believe even these two signs or heed you, you shall take some water from the Nile and pour it on the dry ground. And the water that you shall take from the Nile will become blood on the dry ground. But Moses said to the Lord, "O my Lord, I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor even now that you have spoken to your servant. But I am slow of speech and slow of tongue." Then the Lord said to him, "Who gives speech to mortals? Who makes them mute or deaf, seeing or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, and I will be with your mouth and teach you what you are to speak." But he said, "O my Lord, please send someone else." Then the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses, and he said, "What of your brother Aaron the Levite? I know that he can speak fluently. Even now he is coming out to meet you, and when he sees you, his heart will be glad. You shall speak to him and put the words in his mouth, and I will be with your mouth and with his mouth, and will teach you what you shall do. He indeed shall speak for you to the people. He shall serve as a mouth for you, and you shall serve as God for him. Take in your hand the staff, with which you shall perform the signs. O God, you have called your servants to ventures of which we cannot see the ending, by paths as yet untrodden, through perils unknown. Give us faith to go out with good courage, not knowing where we go, but only that your hand is leading us and your love supporting us. Through Jesus the Christ. Amen. Mighty God, your Son Jesus brought healing and wholeness to all. Bring your healing presence to all who are sick or in pain, especially Abby, Aidan, Alex, all healthcare workers, all in Halton and around the world living with COVID-19. Asher, Cal, Carol, Carolyn, Celeste, Colleen, Frida, Hedda, Ingo and Sandra, Irene and Brooke, Erwin and Ruth, Janice and Sheila, Gerlene, Jesse, Lori and Ed, Marg, Mickey, Natalie, Ray, Richard, Rose and Herman, the self-employed who are facing the stress of severely reduced income as the virus impacts their business. Shelley, the unemployed and underemployed, Valerie, Wayne, and all whom we hold in our hearts. Grant hope to all who are discouraged or in despair. Drive away all suffering. Give us a firm hope and strengthen our trust in you. Through Jesus the Christ. Amen.